Howdy, everyone. Branson here up front, just because I have a couple of announcements. If you've been following us the whole time, you can kind of put two and two together, I bet, and assume that this is our first boss fight of our opening arc. So first off, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's made it this far in the podcast. We've been having a whole bunch of fun playing and working together to make this really cool storyline. That being said, now that the holiday season is over, a lot of us have to start work and school again. And since the entire editing team is just yours truly, we're switching our release schedule to once every 2 weeks as opposed to weekly. If there's ever a day we can get another editor on staff, I'd have no problem switching back to weekly. But until then, you guys will have some extra time to catch up on releases. This is by no means us shutting down production. I have way too much content prepared, and we've been having way too much fun playing. So be safe out there, guys, and enjoy this week's episode. Bye. Also, our intro ran long this week. If you want to skip to the good stuff, skip to minute 10. Okay, roll a religion check.
I got a 17.
With a 17, you hear a message from the universe. There are no rules in space, so buckle the hell up. Viewer discretion is advised.
8, 7, 6, 5.
There's a difference between drinking, like, I will fully say that I could drink just as much in my bed, like, alone.
That's a problem. That's
then,
literally...
okay. No.
You know how bad that
as
sounds,
if
right?
I went out. Okay, no.
Like, I've never met you in
I'm
person,
making
Ash,
a point, I
but...
swear.
Ashleigh, I'm going to put that in the podcast, and your mom is going to be like, Ashleigh, we need to talk.
I can't wait. I think that's going to be awesome. No, but my point was saying, like, I could stay home. That's a better way to phrase it. I could stay home and drink just as much as if I went out, and I feel worse, like, when I go out, like, and I'm around people the next day than I do if I'm just, like, at home chilling and drinking.
Well, and Mitch and I have this conversation a decent amount, and I've had this conversation with Nate and Tena a lot, too, just because of, like, you know, like, frat drinking stuff. Mm-hmm. I've kind of learned that when you're out kind of at bars or, like, with friends or whatever, you kind of tend to, not you specifically, but you kind of tend to drink more, like, sugary stuff.
Oh, that's
Shots.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, the shots, the mixed drinks, the whatever. Whereas, like, if you're alone, and I don't know your, like, personal drinking habits, but, like, there's a stronger chance it's going to be, like, a glass of whiskey or, like, a couple glasses of wine or, like, stuff isn't, like, packed full of, like, sugar and, like, extra, like, sweet stuff. And I think, like, a sugar hangover is just as bad as a, you know, regular alcohol hangover.
Well, let me tell you, I had both yesterday.
Yeah.
It was pitiful. It was so bad. Anyway, I love 2021. It's great.
Thanks for listening to the Alcoholics, everyone. Welcome back to Dungeons and Deepspace. I am your Dungeon Master, Branson Plunk. In our... January 2nd? In our second day of the new year, co-hosts, how is everyone doing? With me, I have Mitch Woodson.
Bong bong.
Ashleigh.a.smith.
Hello.
Nate Rivard.
Dabo Sweeney sucks.
He certainly does. And Tena Rogers.
He kind of hot, though.
Yeah, he's actually hot, but fuck that guy.
That's my type.
Dabo was a pike. I learned that the other day.
That tracks.
I take back what I said. Take back the hot comment. I don't fuck with pikes.
No pikes.
No Dabos. Dude, I'm going to be honest. That was the greatest start to a new year.
That was fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, just seeing Clemson get their asses fucking kicked.
We're just alienating anyone that's not a Bama fan at this point, I guess.
Yeah, anyone who's not a Bama fan can fuck off.
Man, we got any Clemson fans who listen to this podcast?
We will bully you.
We won't bully you specifically. Everyone else.
But we won't not bully you.
I hope our man or team beats their man or team at the organized sports event, please.
Go sports.
Go our team. Anyway, tribalism aside, welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons. This is super cool and not a sports podcast.
Thank goodness.
Last...
There's a lot of this that's going to hit the cutting room floor.
Oh, yeah. And say, oh, yeah, do I want to alienate everyone who's not an Alabama fan?
Or an alcoholic.
Yeah, or an alcoholic.
At this point, we've basically narrowed down our listenership to us and like 4 dudes.
4 dudes.
That's a lot of podcasts, though.
True.
Yeah, with that out of the way, let's cut it back to the recap. Last session, you guys had infiltrated your way into King Ark's goblin stronghold. You poked your head out of the little locker room that you guys started in and saw that you were already in the main dwelling of the Goblin King himself. You saw inside, it was kind of like a big open room with balconies around the side, but in the center of the room was not only a throne, not only a hoard of gold and silver pieces, but a broken down spaceship that resembled a wasp with 6 legs, big red wings, and an iron wolf as the figurehead in the front. You were able to deal with King Ark and his guards, and 2 of you manned the front to make sure that no extra goblins would break in, which, oddly enough, there didn't seem to be any noise or goblins at all on the other side of the door. After fixing up the ship, Meera and Tat were able to find a couple of extra magic items that were laid around the ship that used to belong to a hobgoblin adventuring party. After about an hour of fixing of a combination of mending and a careful eye from Meera, y'all were able to get the ship sailing as Tat sat in the Spelljammer helm and used what bit of her magic ability she had left to start talking with the representation of the Iron Wolf and get the ship going. And you left the goblin stronghold with your ship and started low flying around the desert. That being said, as you interviewed the Goblin King beforehand, he mentioned that the Sand Hag Betty Wastecrackle is everywhere, and she doesn't just have a lair somewhere on the island. The desert is her lair. She is the land. And as you guys were low flying around the desert, you came across a heavy sandstorm unlike you've ever seen before and saw a humanoid flying in the sands in front of you and letting out a large cackle. And then you leveled up, and now here we are. So before we get started, for the audience, let's go over level up. Everyone, go ahead and tell everyone what you picked for your subclasses.
Alrighty, I, not shockingly, picked the subclass Swashbuckler for Meera, who is a rogue already.
A wonderful rogue subclass, might I add.
It is tasty.
Hogarth-Rä has now ceased to be a regular barbarian and is now a wild magic archetype barbarian. So things are going to get wacky.
Yeah, and don't worry, for those story nerds, there's a reason that Hogarth is a wild magic barbarian. Will we find out today? Who's to say?
Except for the DM, who just weirdly, really heavily teased that shit.
I think that's his job.
Not wrong.
It's my job.
Brother Kyle has, during his exploration of his religious beliefs, has become an alcoholic and has gone way of the drunken master. So,
I would.
That's-
Yeah. I'm so excited to see how this is role played out. And Tena, I'm sorry to leave you out to dry, but you picked your
Yeah, I
subclass
picked my
at level 2.
School of Illusion, baby. Picked some new spells though, so get ready for some 2nd level spells coming at you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so that is slick. Hey guys, Branson again. I just wanted to say that in the intro here, Tena and I spent way too long talking about ship combat, so let me talk about it really quickly. Basically, you have to burn a spell slot in order to cast spells as the ship. Other than that, on her turn, besides moving the ship, she can either do a tactical movement to try and shake someone off, or she can use the ballista on the top through magical abilities to take a shot. Now, any of the characters also have the ability to use their action to shoot the ballista. Just the person flying the ship won't be able to use it at that point. All right, enough of me talking. Let's get to the actual game. Are we ready?
Aye.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Sounds good, guys. Let's jump into it. You guys are flying low across the desert through this sandstorm, and you see a shadowy silhouette floating in the air through this sandstorm, and you hear a cackle. You look through this desert sandstorm. It's, your vision is highly obstructed. There's sand flying everywhere, but you just can kind of put two and two together. There's no way this is not the Sand Hag who is floating in front of you. What are you all doing?
Brother Kyle, can I roll the vomit?
Oh shit.
Yeah, give me a Constitution save.
Roll the
Okay.
vomit is my favorite thing.
+2. Is Hogarth near me, by the way? Just a question before I roll.
Hogarth is about 10 feet in front of you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move 10 feet to Hogarth before I roll this. It's for continuity.
Sure.
I rolled a 14.
A 14, so that's enough to have a little baby barf, but it's not enough to projectile out.
Okay, I baby barf on Hogarth.
Meera sees this happening and she runs over and she's like, "Brother Kyle, pull it together."
I can't. If you haven't figured out yet, I only fight with my hands. If something is in the air, I can't punch it.
Meera just goes, "Here," and she pulls out her flask. "This'll help."
Due to my religious beliefs, woman, I cannot drink that.
She tilts her head to the sides and she goes, "Woman? Did you take a drink, you fucking pansy?"
Jesus.
This is
Brother Kyle,
easy.
struck with the fear of his ship's captain, takes the drink out of her hand.
Yeah, Meera hazes Brother Kyle.
Brother Kyle
takes-
destroys that. Whatever
Oh my
is
god!
in it.
Meera's actually shocked, how fast
Quickly
he
he
downs.
took to it.
Yeah, and she grabs it, kind of worrying about what she has done. How you feeling?
Brother Kyle doesn't speak for a handful of seconds and he doesn't really blink, he doesn't talk. It just looks like he's a still statue. He looks towards Hogarth almost as if he's gonna vomit again. Hogarth, what do you do?
Can I roll an intimidation on Brother Kyle to see whether Hogarth's facial expression is enough to intimidate him out of trying to puke on me again?
Yeah, so this is gonna be the weirdest contest I've ever done as a DM. Hogarth, I need you to roll an intimidation check versus Brother Kyle's con save. So it's Hogarth's intimidation versus Kyle's con save. Both of you
Okay.
go ahead and roll.
Sick. 11.
17. You better fucking not.
So Kyle, you are standing still. You're looking around. The situation you are in is absolutely fucking batshit crazy. Just 2 days ago, you were hanging out on Pankara with your fellow brothers of perpetual torment and sorrow. And now you're in this flying contraption with wings and legs, and you have no idea what's going on around you. You already vomited once. Your now captain hands you a flask of brown water. You down the whole thing. You start to feel sick, but Hogarth just looks at you, and out of sheer intimidation, you swallow the small bit of vomit you had coming up.
Brother Kyle is no longer nervous. Brother Kyle is ready to fucking go.
Hell yeah.
You see the humanoid figure in the sands in front of you start to walk very casually. You see the sand in the storm is kind of forming steps for her to walk down as she takes a step onto the front of your ship. She walks forward and she starts clapping her hands very slowly.
Is it Miss Mittens?
It is not Miss Mittens, actually. This is a woman that you do not recognize.
Okay.
This is a woman in just a very old, sun-bleached skin. You can tell it's like crackled and flaking off just from the amount of sun that's been on her face. She wears tattered robes of red and brown, and her long white hair just goes all the way down a little bit past her shoulders. Her bare feet step onto your wooden deck, and she says, "You know, I wasn't thinking it would be possible for anyone to overthrow King Ark. I'm quite impressed. I did not think anyone on this poor land would be able to overthrow my last beneficiary, but it seems that you all have the power to do so."
Brother Kyle looks at her and says, "You're talking a lot of shit for being so old," in a drunken manner.
She takes another step forward and says, "Look, I understand that the only reason you went to the Goblin Stronghold was so you can get the hell off of this desolate land. Luckily for you, I don't care whether you're here or not. I am only here to offer you a deal."
Dun dun dun.
Meera kind of steps forward a little bit and asks, "What kind of deal are we talking about?"
You see like a toothy grin reaches across her face, and she says, "I care not who my beneficiaries are. It only matters to me that they receive my gifts so that I can gain in strength. I'm willing to offer you all a gift. If you leave me this desolate land of Sion 1C4W. That's the name of this moon.
That's the name of this place.
If you leave me domain over this moon, I will let you roam free. But not without bestowing beautiful blessings upon you."
All right, well, what kind of beautiful blessings are we talking about? Because the way you're saying them, the beautiful blessings sound a little horrifying. I would love a little clarification.
She steps further onto the deck.
At this point, Hogarth is getting suspicious, and he's going to kind of like start to pivot to kind of give himself the opportunity to get between her and the captain.
Charlie, I'm also going to burn my first, second level spell slot at this point so that I can cast message towards Meera. And I'm going to tell her, because I presume I can figure out what's going on because I am the ship. I'm going to tell her, don't fucking take any deal. And that's
I just nod.
Message.
You see this hag. So at the point, she walks down from the bow, the front deck, down the steps onto the main deck. Hogarth is kind of right in front of her, between her and the rest of the party. And she just kind of smiles, and you see small bits of sand start to float under her and raising her up just a little bit. So now that she is just over Hogarth's head, so she can properly address everyone. Ark, the goblin, was but a lowly cabin boy before I met him. But sure enough, his ship crashes right into my home. And, well, when his 3 handlers were not as lucky as he was to survive the crash, desperate people do desperate things, and I gave him eternal life and a kingdom of goblin raiders unlike this moon has ever seen before. But now, they're all gone, because he is gone. So, it's important to me that a bit of my magic is always out there. It doesn't matter what it gets used for, but I'm offering you a deal of a lifetime. And if you refuse, and you don't want to accept my power, then I will kill you. And just know and she snaps her fingers, and a image appears on the deck. A kind of like a mirror that looks to be a screen door into a portal. You see what is essentially like a little camera. You see the backside of Miss Mittens. It looks like there's a camera on her tail. You see Miss Mittens turns her head back, and she lets out like a little cat smile, and then looks back forward. You see beyond her, Eleanor, the dwarf. She is sitting in her marketplace, carefully rationing out coins. She occasionally like gives a paranoid glance around her, and you hear Betty again. You all are not the only ones on this planet who would be willing to do anything to get off. So, make your choice. I can offer very powerful boons. And, well, I might have something you all would be interested in. She snaps her fingers, and you see 3 items appear as like little images right in front of her. The first one appears to be a sheet of glass, which kind of has some like thickness to it. It contains just a glass pane full of sand. She holds it, and you see that there are words that are inscribed in it.
And they say, I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt.
Tot, you would recognize this as an enchanted spellbook.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
You see a set of 2 scorpions next to the spellbook, and then as she snaps her fingers, the 2 scorpions emerge into daggers with scorpion tails sticking out the end. Meera, you recognize these as upgraded versions of your daggers, with the same emblem on them and everything. And then the last image that she shows are just a very like regular set of gloves. To you, they don't mean anything. Kyle, give me a history check with advantage.
Well, they don't look like some more of that brown water. Let's see. You said history check?
With advantage.
With advantage, okay. Okay, I got an unnatural 20 for the first one. See if I can get a 21. And an 8 for the second, so 21.
Kyle, you recognize these gloves to be from an elder member of the Brothers of Perpetual Torment and Sorrow.
Oh man, I can do a lot of punching with those.
She smiles and says, "Now, I realize there might not be a gift for our Loxodon friend here, but believe it or not, it's easier to get to these people than you realize." She reaches her hand out and touches your shoulder, Hogarth, and everything goes to black. Hogarth, you open your eyes and you're back on Faerun.
Whoa.
You are walking away from your tribe's camping spot because an argument about some of the newly found Loxodon factions got a little too heated. You're walking into the forest on this cool summer night just to kind of, get some air and take some time away from the kind of toxic arguments that are going on. You take a deep breath, you put your hands over your head, get some air into your lungs, and as if out of nowhere, you hear a loud singing voice from behind you. Oh, Neverwinter, you will never have my heart.
He turns around.
Neverwinter, I always loved you from the start. You turn around and you see a kind of grove of the woods that you didn't quite recognize. You've spent a lot of time in these woods, just kind of like walking around. Your tribe has been here for about the last couple months. But this is a grove that you don't recognize. It's a little bit lighter. You see a bubbling stream just kind of appear out of nowhere, and sitting on a log next to the stream playing a harp is a very good-looking young elven man. He doesn't have the normal look of an elf, though. He kind of, instead of regular hair, you see leaves and twigs, kind of a spring mix. Give me a nature check.
Ooh, I crit.
You crit? Oh, hell yeah. So, okay.
Oh.
So you've never seen one of these guys before, but you would have heard stories. This is an Eladrin. An Eladrin are ancient ancestors of the elves, but they are essentially fey humanoids.
Whoa.
Who they essentially have their moods and personality change depending on what season of the Fae they are in. So if they're a spring Eladrin, they like to hang out, they love to hang out, drink, party, have a good time. If they're summer Eladrin, they can get angry and hot with the summer's heat. If they're a winter Eladrin, they get cold and distant. You know what I mean? Like their personalities kind of depend on the season. You see this good-looking Eladrin man. He looks shit-faced, and he is playing on his harp and singing to himself. He doesn't really notice you're there, and he's just there. Oh, and let me tell you about Waterdeep. Ooh, I'm gonna tell you about Waterdeep.
Oh, shit, man.
It's a great place if you want to go and eat. Waterdeep.
Hogarth is going to start laughing and kind of approach.
You walk up and you see his eyes light up. Oh, hey, man. What's up? I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting anyone. Was I too loud?
Not at all. You're a spring Eladrin, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. You're from the mortal realm, aren't you? The material plane.
Yeah? Is this not the material plane?
Oh, I mean, yes and no. If you think about it, it's kind of complicated. I'm not exactly from the material plane, but like I live near it, so to speak. So like we're neighbors, sort of. Here, hey, look, you look stressed out, man. You want a drink?
You know what? Yeah, I could use a drink.
He snaps his fingers and a chalice appears next to him. He grabs it and pours you a glass of wine and hands it to you. And he goes, "Drink up, man. You look like you need some."
Hogarth is going to take the chalice and kind of go, "You have no idea, man."
He laughs and slaps you on the shoulder and says, "Good man, good man." You take a sip, and it is some of the best, most beautiful wine you have ever tasted in your time on Faerun.
Wow. Hogarth is going to try it with a tiny sip, and then he's going to take a little bit of a larger sip when he realizes how excellent it is. And he's just going to take it away from his lips and go, man. This really is relaxing.
Isn't it, man? Here, come on. Tell me what songs you know. Let's hang out and sing for a little bit. My name's Tavister, by the way.
Hogarth. Well met.
Good to meet you, man. You and Tavister spend the next hour and a half hanging out, chatting about where you're from, singing songs. And after that hour's up, Tavister says, "Oh man, Hogarth, you're you're a crazy guy, man. Oh, it's so cool. I'm sorry things aren't working out very well, with the Loxodon tribes or anything. Like, it sounds like it's a lot of stress."
More than you know. Hanging out with you, this wine, it's reminding me how things used to be. We used to roam across the eastern realms and, fight for peace and honor. And there was never any animosity between us, the Loxodons. But now, all we seem to do is fight. The Brons in the north, want to split off into their own factions, which gives the Eastern men their own ideas, and I just feel, I don't know, maybe our time is past.
I wouldn't look at it like that, man. I think I'm a strong believer in independence, you know, and I don't know. I think I think your best bet might just be kind of doing your own thing, you know. I mean, you guys talk about how you were nomads before, and you know, all work together. Maybe it was that independent spirit, you know, that you all work together still. Does that make sense? You had an independent spirit, but you kind of worked together. Maybe that's just what you're missing. Maybe you need some time to travel again.
Yeah, I do miss the days where you were on the road more than you weren't. There's just too much going on. There's just too much going on all at once in this new realm. Things aren't like they used to be.
Well, you might want to spend some time here in the Feywild then. Nothing ever changes here, except for when you change seasons.
You know, you're a good man, Tavister, and I wish I could. But unfortunately, my place is with my people. As divided as they may be, I feel like to remove one more voice for unity would be to damn the whole thing. The grand Luxodon experiment. My father always used to say that Luxodons are powerful in a fight, but our division would be the end of the people. I guess part of me feels like if I don't at least do my best to try to keep us together, then, you know, if anything happens, it'll be my fault. But thank you for the wine.
It seems like you have a lot more responsibilities than a guy like myself. Here, he snaps his fingers again. A little flask pops up next to him. He fills it up with some of that Eladrin wine, corks it, and says, look, if things ever start to stress you out, have some of this.
Hogarth just sort of clasps on the shoulder and, without saying anything, smiles and walks back in the direction that he came from.
You start to walk out of the forest, and you notice you take the same path you did coming in, but you notice it takes longer on the way out for whatever reason. But as soon as you cross a threshold of two trees, the cool summer night air gets a lot colder. You pass these two trees, and it's suddenly freezing temperature as snow starts falling around you. You walk through the forest and make it back to kind of the edge of the forest where you could start to see your Loxodon camp, and you leave the forest and see that the camp is just decimated. With feet of snow covering it, there is nothing left of this camp. It is decimated, burnt tents. You see no remnants of a trail in or a trail out. This burned camp happened what appears to be weeks ago, and the snow has been falling ever since, and nothing has come in or out after that.
Hogarth is going to kind of take a few steps towards where the camp once was, and it's going to kind of dawn on him that he's been gone for a lot longer than he thought, and he's just going to kind of fall to his knees in desperation.
You hit the ground and feel your eyes start to well up with tears. You start to feel a buildup inside you. Is it fear, sorrow? No. It's anger. A lot of it. You push it down, but as you punch the ground out of frustration, you see wild magic erupt from your fist. You snap back, and you're back on the ship. The hag has just finished touching your shoulder, and you are 99% about to explode. one more just thing will push you over the edge. You are just like in almost rage mode, and you can start to feel like a type of magic that you have not felt since that night, but it's starting to crackle and bustle at your fingertips. You see the hag smile at you and says, "Quite hard to control yourself, isn't it? What if I gave you an option to, well, what should I say? Gain a better perspective on things." And you see her image flash, and just for a second, it goes away just as quickly as it comes. But you could have swore she turned into Tavister just there.
Oh shit.
So Hogarth is just like, inches away from snapping, and he's gonna look. He's never gonna take his eyes off of her, but he's just gonna say, I've met one of her kind before. They offer you relief. They offer you what you want most: a friendly ear, a leg up. But they'll destroy everything in your path if you let them. You cannot trust this one.
Well, seeing as Hogarth has saved my life like 3 times already today, and it's not even noon, I'm, inclined to trust him no matter what that spellbook could offer. And so, very mentally, I start moving my consciousness up towards the ballista.
Brother Kyle's ready to throw hands.
You see the hag just have a really toothy grin and says, "What do you say? Should we make a deal, or should I kill you and talk to your dwarf friend instead?" She turns her head to Meera and says, "What do you think, Captain?"
So I'm finally going to respond to Tat's message that she's. Remember, I never responded to it. I just nodded.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to
still 25 words, baby.
Yeah, I'm going to respond to her, and I say, "What do you say? Shall we engage?"
If that's the case, can I unleash the ballista, Charlie?
Yeah, that would be the surprise round. So.
And I'm ready to. As soon as she attacks, I'm also ready to attack.
Okay, if that's the case, I will let Tat and Meera have a surprise round. Brother Kyle and Hogarth, you are not in on this conversation, but you will still roll for initiative when it happens.
What do I add to the ballista mod?
It's a +6 to hit,
okay,
and it does 3d10 piercing.
Perfect. Okay, if that's the case, I got a 13 to hit.
So you roll a 13, and you see this ballista just shoots right above the sand hag, and she smiles and says, "So it is then." Meera, you have a chance.
Yeah, I cast Burning Hands.
Okay. Go. Could you remind me the verbiage of that?
It is a dex save.
Okay, great.
So I hold my hands up, my thumbs are touching, and I just extend them forward. This is also a new ability I get just as a fire genasi.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you get those spells at 3rd level. That's super cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, but this is considered a magical effect, right?
Yes.
Okay, so she has magic resistance, which means she's going to roll advantage on this saving throw, but her dex still isn't that great.
Okay.
What's your DC?
That's a lovely question. I forget that I'm not a spellcaster, so I don't have that pulled up. 12.
12? Okay. She rolled a 6, so that's going to fail.
Correct.
So she tries to jump out of the way of your Burning Hands spell, but you are just able to hit her in time. Go ahead and roll for damage.
7.
Okay. You see she lets out a slight shriek as it kind of catches her off guard. That being said, you can tell that didn't hurt her too much. I need everyone to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Woo.
Okay. Meera Bane.
10.
Brother Kyle.
16.
Hogarth.
I crit fail.
Okay. And Tat.
Dirty 20.
Tat, you are up first. You, as the ship, just saw that your ballista missed, but Meera was able to throw those burning hands at the hag. You are not directly exposed, but you can see that the hag sees where you are through the glass. The manifestation of the ship looks at you in the chair and says, oh God, we need to get her off. What are we gonna do?
Can I guess, maneuver the ship? I mean, she's right off the edge. Can I just pitch it to one side to try and get her to, like, buckle and go off?
Yeah, so she is on the starboard side. If that is the case, everyone who is on the starboard side of the ship, which would be Hogarth and Brother Kyle, I'd let you do it, but I'd have everyone on that side of the ship make a deck save.
How hard's the DC gonna be for that deck save?
How far are you gonna tilt it?
Ooh, shit. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tilt it like a, not like a super far incline, like a 30-degree angle. But I'm just gonna do it real quick to try and jostle and like surprise her off balance.
Okay. Tat, you as the ship are able to just kind of like tilt your starboard side a little bit down. You see that all three individuals, the Hag, Hogarth, and Brother Kyle, start to lose their footing. All three of them need to make a deck save. This is not a magical effect, though, so the Hag does not do it at advantage.
Sorry, guys.
The DC, since you're only doing it a little bit, the DC is 11.
Okay. Hold on. 18.
Nice.
Hogarth with the 15.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
So Tat, you bank a little bit and move your ship down. You see that Hogarth and Kyle start to lose their footing a little bit, and the Hag starts to lose her footing. But all three of them are able to kind of jostle their, move their weight around and are able to keep their feet planted firm on the ground. She rolled a 14.
Cool. If that's the case, then can I still have an action, or is that my action?
I'm going to say for combat purposes, doing like a tactical maneuver as the ship would be your action.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. Brother Kyle, you are up next. After gaining your footing, after the ship tilts a little bit, you kind of like see everything around you. You see this Hag is, a real threat.
Well, I am pretty much hammered right now, so I am afraid of nothing except Hogarth. But I am going to use 20 feet of movement. I'm going to spend a key point. I'm going to use Flurry of Blows. I am going to punch the ever-living crap out of this old woman.
Okay.
Isn't Flurry of Blows a bonus action?
I get 2 hits as martial arts.
Gotcha.
And then I
And
also
then
get
Flurry
Flurry
of
of
Blows.
Blows.
Okay, cool.
So I get 4
Right.
punches and a disengage. So,
Yes.
I was just making sure.
okay, I'll start rolling. Just keep track of these, Charlie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll for all of the hits first, and then I'll do damage after.
That's great.
So +5 +1. The first one is a 16.
That misses.
Oh, shit. Second one is a 12.
That misses.
19.
A 19 hits.
Okay, and last hit. 21. Okay, 2 of them hit.
21 hits. All right, so you throw 4 punches at this sand hag. She starts to duck and weave after 2 of them, but as she starts to move, you see her off guard and land 2 hits right on her stomach. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay, I gotta get another D4. Okay. Ooh! First one's 9.
Okay.
Second one. Oh, 9! I just did 18 damage.
Holy shit. Okay, you land 2 solid blows into this sand hag's belly, and she lets out a cackle.
And then I'm gonna use the remaining 30 feet of movement speed to get next to Jackal and Sparrow.
I like that that's canon. Thank you.
Yeah, so Brother Kyle drunkenly kind of walks up, lands 2 solid hits, and then as he does the drunk walk away, the hag tries to take a claw at him, but as he moves with a drunken skill, believe it or not, she cannot just land a claw attack on him.
Meera kind of sees this happen, and as he pops up, she goes, nice.
Okay, she is up next. She is going to take a step back, and she is going to turn towards Meera and Kyle, and she says, "Hope you don't get burnt." And you are going to see her move her arm and point towards you all as you see a blast of hot wind and sand go y'all's way. I need both of you to make a Constitution save.
What one is plus 2?
Safe.
18.
Come on, baby. Ooh, 8.
18. Okay, so Brother Kyle, you save. Meera, you are looking at this hag as she points at you. You see this burning sand hit you on your skin, and some of it goes into your eyes. You're gonna take full damage from this. Brother Kyle, you take half, but Meera, you are blinded as this hot sand goes into your eyes. So first things first, Meera, you're gonna take 12 slashing damage. And Kyle, you're gonna take 6.
Okay.
And then Meera, on top of that, you're gonna take 8 fire damage.
Right on.
And you are now blinded. You can make another Constitution save to not be blind anymore. Kyle, you do take 4 fire damage as this hot sand hits you. She lets out a cackle as she sees the both of you get decently hurt by that, and that is the end of her turn. Meera, you have just been hit really hard for this hot sand, and you are now blind. All of your attacks are going to be at disadvantage until you unblind yourself.
Okay, well, I'll just try to unblind myself.
Okay, give me a Constitution save.
12.
A 12. You try and rub your eyes to get the sand out of them, but it actually only makes it worse. Your eyes start to burn even more, and you do not become unblind this round.
Cool.
Hogarth, you are up. You just saw this hag blast sand at Meera and Kyle, and the hag laughed while she did it. What are you gonna do?
Hogarth is gonna step up about 10 feet toward the hag, and then as he's doing it, he's just gonna enter rage.
Hell yeah, let's go!
You see Hogarth let out a scream as you see a burst of wild magic erupt around him. Hogarth, I need you to roll a d12.
I roll an 8. So, whenever a creature hits you on an attack roll before your rage ends, that creature takes an additional d6 of force damage as a magic lashes out in retribution.
So you see that as he is running up in full anger, you see that a magic force kind of energy perpetuates around him. It's now, if the hag hits him, she's going to take some damage as well. By the way, for our listeners at home, I thought the Wild Magic Barbarian table was a little bit overpowered, and so I added a couple of bad effects and not good but not bad effects in there as well. Mitch and I talked about him when we were watching football the other night.
Hell yeah. All right.
Okay.
At which point I'm gonna take the last 5 feet, and I'm gonna try to crack her skull with my axe.
Roll to hit.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 is her armor class, so that just hits.
Baller. All right. So then.
All right. You, as she cackles watching you go into a rage in front of her, she tries to dodge to the right, but that's exactly where you are hitting. So you are able to cleave her 4.
That's 12 plus 4 for my enchantment. Oh, bitchin'. All right. It's going to be 16 damage.
So you slice this hag with your enchanted great axe. You slice into her and she says, No, you weren't supposed to do that. Tat, we are back up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna fire the ballista at her.
Okay.
20, dirty 20, that hits.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, and then it's 3d10 piercing damage. Come on, baby. Give me the juice. 16 damage.
16 damage. As she is trying to taunt Hogarth, Tat, you catch her off guard as you throw a ballista at her. It hits her in her side. She pulls it out and lets out a scream. You can tell that she is now like not looking too great, but that has just made her more mad. She is now at the point where she can take legendary actions, so she is going to take one and make a claw attack at Hogarth. She rolls a 17 to hit.
That hits.
She reaches out with her claw and slashes Hogarth for 7 slashing damage towards you. I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
And after that, you can roll for the amount of damage you do to her.
No worries. It's a 15.
You pass. So as she claws out, you like start to feel like the heat of this desert and the hot sand around you. It starts to get to you. You start to like dizzy and start to like lose a little, start to like lose your balance a little bit, but you're able to just steel yourself together and keep yourself from becoming exhausted in this heat. Now go ahead and roll your force damage.
Hell yeah. A tendril of magical force sees that I got hit, and it reaches out and does one damage. One damage to the
you
hag.
see like a tiny little force tendril just reaches out and like smacks her leg, and she says, "Ow, that hurt."
And then and then Hogarth is going to do kind of like a Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope thing with his hips. Like, aha.
Brother Kyle, you are up next.
Okay, I don't remember how we figured this out last time. I'm gonna use the Ring of Hadouken on Meera. It's 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. I don't have that because I'm not a spellcaster. So do we decide my dex?
We decided it was your wisdom mod.
My wisdom, okay. Good. So I am going to punch Meera.
An amazing phrase. She deserves it.
Well, while yelling Hadouken. Hadouken. And let me do my 1d8. Ooh.
Nice.
She gets 9 hit points back.
Woo! Ooh, I'm feeling spicy.
And then can I use my movement speed?
Yes.
I'm afraid of the witch. I'm gonna go over here.
Where do you go?
I'm going towards what's the back of the ship called?
The aft.
I thought you were gonna say the ass.
I'm gonna go towards the butt of the ship.
You run towards the back of the ship. Now, are you trying to kind of get underneath to where Tat is, or are you trying to be on top where the ballista is?
Be on top where the ballista is.
Okay. You run your way up to the main weapons deck of the ship. You are now back behind. You have the ballista to the front of you, and you have the magic conducting rod behind you.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. End of turn.
Okay. It is the hag's turn. She is going to laugh with glee as she is going to use her multi-attack. First one is going to be to hit Hogarth, who is right in front of her. She reaches her claws out as she rolls a natural 19, which is going to hit. Her bony claws reach out towards Hogarth, and she does 12 slashing damage towards you. I need you to make another con save.
Gotcha. 16.
A 16. Again, the hot sand starts to get to you, but you're able to just will your way out of it. If you want to go, actually, it's not an if you want. Go ahead and roll the d6 of force damage.
Whoop, whoop. 3 damage.
3 damage. You see your force tendril lashes out at her, and she says, I'm not as worried about you anyway. You see sand forms in front of her to form a little staircase as she walks towards the port side of the ship to run towards Meera on top of sand. If you would like, you can use your reaction for an opportunity attack.
I would like.
Okay.
17.
A 17 hits again. As she is walking on sand over towards Meera, you are able to kind of like get a slash at her foot. Go ahead and make a roll to hit, or excuse me, roll for damage.
And I think last round I forgot to put on the extra 2 bonus damage for my being enraged. So I'm going to add that this time.
Yes, definitely do that because I will forget.
Okay, so that's 19 damage.
You let out a roar as you chop off a good part of her leg. You see, like, you literally chop off her foot, but you see it does not hinder her movement at all as she just gracefully walks over this, like, floating sand. But she does let out a scream as you chop off her leg. That being said, she is still going to make an attack towards Meera.
Sick.
That is a 17, so that's a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
She reaches her bony claw out at you and does 7 slashing damage at first. And now I need you to roll a con save.
Right on. 10. I'm rolling like shit.
Okay.
I've rolled an 8 every single time I've rolled.
So as she reaches out to you and slashes you, you start to like feel dizzy with the like hot sand that is going around you. You now gain a level of exhaustion, which means you are at 1 level of exhaustion right now, which means you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
And now you are up.
Cool. Fuck my con save. I'm attacking this bitch.
Okay. So since you are still blinded, you are doing this at disadvantage.
I don't think it fucking matters. Okay. Let's see. A 12 doesn't hit.
A 12 does not hit.
I'm using my bonus action. So, yeah, a 10 doesn't hit.
Yeah, so blinded by the sand still, you try and stab with your rapier and one of your daggers, but you just don't feel like you're hitting anything. The only thing you hear in front of you is the cackle of the hag herself. Hogarth, you see that she is making some attacks on Meera, and Meera is looking exhausted and blind and not doing too hot in general. What would you like to do?
Clearly I'm going to run around the sort of structure of the ship and come over, and I'm going to try to fuck up the hag with my axe again.
Okay. You run behind the hag. Go ahead and roll to hit.
I miss. 16.
With a 16, you try and slash behind her, but she cackles as she makes herself skinny and is able to just stay out of the way of your strike. Tat, you are up next. You see, as the ship, you see Brother Kyle is on top of you behind the ballista. Meera and Hogarth both have the hag in between them. What do you want to do?
Like, just yell to Brother Kyle and be like, take this cacti to, our friends, and give him one of the cacti healing potions I have to distribute as he will.
I'm going to say you can do that as your reaction, yeah.
Okay. So if that's my reaction, then I want to fire the ballista at the hag.
Great.
I miss. That was an 8.
With an 8, the ballista lets loose, and you just lose the not an arrow. You lose the oversized javelin within
bolt.
the sandstorm.
Okay.
Yeah, bolt. It gets lost in the storm. Brother Kyle, from her chair, Tat just tossed you a cactus fruit. You're up on top of the deck with the ballista. You see below you, Hogarth and Meera are duking it out with the hag. What do you want to do?
Okay, so the cactus fruit is a health potion, right?
Correct.
If I consume the health potion, can I still punch her?
Yes. That being said, you just heard Tat tell you to bring
I'm
that
literally
to Meera,
dying.
So
I am
kind
drunk,
of
though.
what they say.
Canonically, I am intoxicated. So, I'm trying to think whether or not I'm gonna roll to see if I make the right decision.
Give me a wisdom save.
Okay.
DC's 12.
Okay. 13.
A 13. So as you grab this cactus fruit from Tat, you look at it and you go, God damn, this looks delicious. Oh, I would love to eat this right now. But then you remember hearing Tat say, don't eat it! Don't do that! That's for Meera!
Okay, so I'm going to use... Can I give her the cactus fruit and still punch the hag?
So the way I've decided, it's a bonus action to do a health potion on yourself, but it's an action to give someone else a health potion. So you could attack with your bonus action if you wanted. So like you could, if you wanted to, you could give Meera the health potion. Excuse me, give Meera the cactus fruit, and then use your bonus action for like Fury of Blows.
I have to spend a key point, but I do have 2 more key points. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna run up to Meera towards the front left of the ship. I'm going to hand her the cactus fruit.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to spend a key point to do, or I guess it's not just Flurry of Blows, it's Drunken, whatever it's called.
Drunken Technique.
Drunken Technique, yes. So I'm gonna whack her. Here's gonna be the first roll to hit. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, first one, +5, 16.
A 16 just misses.
Oh my gosh, this thing's hard to hit. +5, 19.
A 19 hits.
Okay, so I'm gonna whack her. 2 + 7 damage.
Okay, she dodges out of the way of your first attack, but you are able to do kind of a not technically not technically perfect form, but a solid sucker punch as she dodges the other side, and you hit her when she's unaware, and she lets out a okay. She is up next, and
can I disengage back to Tat?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
She lets out a moan as Kyle's hit did her good, but she is going to... Kyle, just so we're clear, you are on top of the weapons deck, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing she's going to do is she's going to look at you and say, it's a darn shame you didn't take my offer. The brothers of your order would have loved to see you. And then she does a finger gun at you. I need you to make a dexterity save.
Okay, you said what, dex save?
Yes.
Okay. +3. That was a critical failure.
All right. So.
Okay, but before we do this, I do have. Okay. This is. Can I use my reaction to use deflect missiles if she shoots? But I still really don't know what's going on. So continue. I apologize.
So this is not like a physical thing. The way deflect missiles works is like if someone shot an arrow at you, or like something physical. Yeah, a javelin, something physical that you could grab. This is a magic attack, so it's not quite like that. So she does a finger gun at you, and you see a beam of like dark white light, and you try and dodge out of the way, but it hits you like right on your foot. You feel like an intense pain as your little toe on your left foot starts to feel really, really heavy. You take 6 necrotic damage as you start to lose feeling in your new extremely heavy left pinky toe.
Okay.
You look down and you see your left pinky toe has now grown. It's heavy, and it starts to like. What color is your skin, Brother Kyle?
Caucasian.
You're Caucasian, so it no longer has that Caucasian pale look of a white man's foot, but instead your toe is now like, it looks like it's infected. Like it's like a hard outer shell, and you just see like red all over it. So your small toe has inflated and is now red and has like a rocky outer shell. and then she is going to go back down and say, "Now where were we?" And she's going to see that Meera is the worse off between the two of them, so she's going to make a strike at the blind Meera.
Sick.
She reaches her bony claw out at you, Meera, and you hits you with a 17 to hit. She claws you for 5 slashing damage, but I need you to make another con save.
So that plus unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. You start to feel even more exhausted after she swipes at you and the sand starts to make you feel woozy. But you are just able to steel yourself and just keep a stiff upper lip and not get any more exhausted than you already are.
Okay.
That is the hag's turn. Meera, you are up. You are still blind. You have a level of exhaustion. You are doing really rough, as a lot of people would say. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try my fucking con save.
Okay.
9. I'm a piece of goddamn shit. Okay, so
I really hate to do this to you, but the Constitution save is at the end of your turn.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, well, can I use a free action then?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna shout, "Start flying us up in the air, Hogarth, grapple her."
That is Meera's turn. Hogarth, you are up next. You just got an order from your captain. The hag is really fucking her up. You are behind the hag. What do you want to do?
So first, in a split second, can I roll I guess would it be like an insight check to see whether or not we are currently at a place where Tat is capable of flying the ship high?
Give me an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I crit fail.
You also don't have to do what I said.
I'm fully aware I don't have to do what you say. I'm just trying to figure out, if I grapple her and then we get around to Tat's turn and she's like, "Yeah, I've used all my spells and can't fly the ship up," then so I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and not grapple her. So as a ability within my barbarian shit, I'm capable of gaining advantage on strength-based melee attacks
while
if
you're
I allow,
raging. Yes.
But I also have to allow advantage against me for the rest of the round.
You're trying to reckless attack.
Correct.
Okay. That's just something you declare.
So I'm going to reckless attack.
Okay.
With my great axe. I rolled 2 8s with my advantage, and so that's a 13 with my modifier. I get nothing.
Yeah, 2 13s in a row. You swing at her both times and miss. She lets out a cackle and say, "Should have taken the deal when you could have, adventurers." Tat, you're up.
So I am capable of flying the ship, though, because I burnt that 2nd level spell slot, correct?
Yeah, so since you burned that 2nd level spell slot, you can fly as much as you want and cast spells at the same time.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'm gonna fly straight up, and then I can cast a spell at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast... Sorry, let me check the range on this. I'm good. I'm gonna try and cast Hold Person on her, which I know she'll do it at advantage, but it's a wisdom save.
Ooh,
my spell save is 14.
Okay. So you channel your inner magic abilities, and you feel the arcane magic conducting rod start to shake as you see a beam shoot towards the hag. She's gonna make some wisdom saves. What's your DC again?
14.
She rolled a 15.
Fuck. Okay, no worries.
She is not held. You see her start to tense up and freeze, and you see her just boom. You see her like she's opening up a door. Just she frees herself from those constraints and lets out a laugh. Brother Kyle, you are up next.
Okay, so I'm not doing really hot.
You fire the
I don't
ballista,
have a lot
brother
of health
Kyle.
left. We don't even have any health potions on us.
We have one. I have one health potion left, and you can fire the ballista. 'Cause I didn't
I
do mine.
may or may not have something.
But the ballista is really good. So
My fists are way cooler.
The ballista has a plus.
6 to hit.
Oh, that's better than my fists.
Yeah, the ballista has a plus. It has a +6 to hit and does 3d10 piercing
Oh,
damage.
man. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right. Since Tat did not fire the ballista this turn, Brother Kyle is able to hook himself up to the magical ballista and take aim at the Sand Hag. Go ahead and roll
And
the
this is
hit.
+6.
Yes.
14. No, 14 plus 6. That's 20.
A dirty 20. That hits. Brother Kyle, you let loose this ballista bolt, and it flies straight towards her. Roll for
This
damage.
is 3d10s.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. The first one is a 1. The second one is a 1.
Okay.
The third one is a 0. Wait, that's a 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so 12. Does 12 damage.
12 damage. You see, you fire this ballista at the hag, and she just, she takes it right in the shoulder, breaks it off, and just lets out a cry. You can see she's doing really rough at this point. That being said, she is going to use one of her very few legendary actions and curse at you, Kyle. You see just a beam of hot sand flinging your way, which is essentially a firebolt. That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Kyle, you see this hot beam of sand fling at you, and it does 5 fire damage as you are hit by this hot sand.
Brother Kyle is horrifically bloodied. Like, he might be drunk, but it's that kind of drunk where he's about to die if no one takes care of him.
And now is the Sand Hag's actual turn. First things first, she sees that she's not in a great situation, but she just wants to do as much fucking damage as possible. So first, she is going to make an attack towards the blind Meera. That's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
She rolled a 1 on her D8, though. So, Meera, I need you to take 5 slashing damage. And then another con save.
You got this.
We're fine.
No.
Oh my gosh, Ashleigh.
I don't.
Damn.
What's your total?
No, I'm 2. Fucking 2.
All right. You, as you are hit from this claw, you just start to feel weaker and weaker. You gain another level of exhaustion as well. Your speed is now halved.
Cool.
Yeesh.
She cackles after doing severe damage towards Meera and aims her other claw at Hogarth.
Do you remember she gets advantage because I reckless attack?
That is right. Thank you for reminding me. And that is a 18 to hit.
Hits.
Hogarth, she reaches out with her claws and she does 8 slashing damage. I need you to make a con save.
I will make the con save. I'm pretty sure I actually... Hold on. While I'm rolling that... That's a 19 on the con save.
As you are hit, the sand is flying around you. You are able to steel yourself from becoming exhausted.
I think while in rage, I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and
You
slashing
also
damage.
have to do the D6 because she hit you.
Indeed.
And I will say those are considered non-magical attacks. You do the resistance against non-magical attacks. These are considered magic.
There you go. Well, she's also taking an additional 4 damage because she hit me.
Okay.
Fuck her.
You see your tendrils lash out as she starts to look awful. Maybe 1 or 2 more hits are enough to put her down. Meera, you are up. You hear this sand hag's distressed cry out in front of you. You are still blind and you are exhausted. What are you going to do?
So I use my bonus action to hide, I guess, or I'll use like 10 movement speed to get over to the side, and then I'll hide.
There's definitely enough like stuff around here to like you can hide behind. That being said, since you're so close, give me a stealth check.
13.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a perception check for her. Okay. Meera, you hit the deck and start feeling around. You start to hide behind some machinery on the ship, and you have no reason to believe that the hag would have seen you. That being said, you know it's hard to tell because you're blind.
So I'll make my con save or try to escape being blind. It's a 14.
Meera, you do one last rub on your eyes, and you can see again.
Thank fucking God. Okay. Is there any way for me to know how high in the air we are?
Give me, so you kind of look over the edge of your boat. Go ahead, because you were flying pretty low before. That being said, Tat gave it her all to just go straight up in the air. Give me a, let's call it a, I guess that would be perception check. Perception or insight, whichever one is better.
Ugh, 5. I don't know shit.
5. You are not sure how high up in the air you are. It looks like it's a lot. That being said, you do also remember that there is a gravity plane that affects this ship. So like tactical maneuvers could be enough to like move someone around and make them lose their balance. But if someone were to fall off the actual ship, they would like float up and down on that gravity plane. But if you got them either far enough out or put them far or threw them far enough down, it could be enough to get them through the gravity field. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's my turn. I hope everyone was kind of listening to that. That's where my brain is at. Just trying to get her. If she doesn't have a ton left and it's impossible to fucking hit her, let's get her to take some fall damage.
Okay. Hogarth, you are up next.
I'm gonna go with the fact that Hogarth is not patched into Meera's thoughts, and he's also thoroughly enraged right now. So he's gonna just keep on swinging. A 19.
A 19 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yiggity bitch. So that's gonna be a raw 15 damage before I add on the extra D4 for the enchantment. That D4 is coming in real handy, so that's 19 damage.
Hogarth-Rä, how do you want to finish Betty Waste Crackle?
So
That's her last name?
thoroughly enraged, Hogarth is just heaving his great axe back and forth and screaming. And as he sees Meera kind of scurry out of the way, he remembers the sort of waste that his comrade's camp was in after he had accidentally spent weeks on end in the Feywild, and he looks at this Fey creature who tried to trick him and then kill his comrades, lets out one final scream, and then just takes one wild fucking over-the-shoulder downward strike and takes her the fuck out.
Hogarth, you swing a mighty great axe blow and cleave through her diagonally. As you slice through, you see sand erupt from the cut and propels her upper body up. You see her upper body is now being held aloft in the air by sand itself. She floats around and lets out one last scream. And as she dissipates into sand, you're not sure if it's an illusion or not, but as she dematerializes into sand, you see 3 separate faces look at all of you.
Were the faces the hobgoblins that had died?
That's just the tall goblin. You pulled one over on us, Space Jesus.
Yeah, it was just the tall goblin the whole time. No. You can tell that she dissipates into sand and is like dead. That being said, Brother Kyle, you suddenly feel a weight leave your left toe.
Oh, okay, so it's not falling off anymore.
You look, and your left pinky toe is gone, and what used to be there is now a sand crab.
Can I punch the sand crab?
Do you want to punch the sand crab?
I want to. Well, it is my toe.
It looks up at you with its big eyes and just starts snapping its claws.
I'm gonna punch it.
Roll to hit.
14.
14. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, you're gonna die, little crab. Took my toes. I'm gonna take your life. 8.
8. Brother Kyle, you smash this crab with your fist, and it just instantly breaks.
Good.
A beat passes, and then it forms itself back together and looks at you again.
Can I use my secondary martial arts? Because I get 2 punches.
Sure.
Okay.
While he's doing this, I'm flying the ship back towards the dwarven, whatchamacallit?
The dwarven burning sands?
Burning Sands.
Sure.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, roll for damage. While this is going on, what's everyone else doing?
Hogarth is huffing and puffing and slowly coming out of rage.
Yeah, Meera is drinking.
She's got a problem.
Kyle, what'd you get for your damage?
7. I'm gonna punch the crab again.
You punch the crab. You break it. It breaks into a bunch of pieces and then forms back together.
Okay, I feel like this crab is important. Can I yell out to the group? Do you guys want to do something with this magic crab that used to be my toe, I guess?
Can I roll an Arcana check or something to determine that this has replaced his toe, I guess?
Wait, is it attached
yeah.
to my toe? Or is it, like, next to my toe?
No, it detached from your toe, but
Okay.
you no longer have a pinky toe.
That's the only thing I lost?
Yes.
Okay. Put that on my character sheet.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check, Tat.
I crit failed, so I got a Cinco.
Yeah. I mean,
I have no idea.
yeah, this looks like some weird magic fucky shit, but you're not exactly sure, like, what.
Cool. If that's the case, I want to, I guess, astral project or whatever and call out to Meera and Hogarth and be like, well, guys, I think we should maybe take a sleep, but then we need to deal with Miss Mittens, and we should go see if Betty Wastecrackle's lair has any of that stuff she promised us.
I'm very excited to deal with Miss Mittens, but I do think we need some rest.
I've been trying to punch that cat for, like, days now, so I'm on it.
Oh, we can punch the shit out of that cat.
Yes.
So, as you guys are kind of having this conversation,
PETA is definitely going to clip that out of context, by the way.
So the manifestation of the ship, this robed hobgoblin woman with kind of long hair appears in front of Tat. You are the ship right now, so you can kind of see everything that's going on. So the manifestation kind of materializes on the top deck and says, "Hey, I know we kind of already talked, and I know you're the new crew that pilots this ship and all that, but I just want to say that was I didn't think you guys were gonna make it out of that. That was a damn good fight."
Yeah. Full disclosure, I have a single hit point left.
Oh, I could have killed you. Oh, I could have killed you. Oh.
You did.
I had 2, so I'm up here with Meera. You could have killed any of us.
Yeah, that was you could have really
Maybe we
killed
should
us.
take a little rest before we deal with Miss Mittens.
I there's a reason I texted you guys good luck before we started recording. Like, but yeah, so the manifestation of the ship is looking at you and says, "Yeah, no, that was a hell of a fight, guys."
I don't have a toe. I feel like that's more important. I don't have a toe.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just traumatized.
Hogarth is finally kind of like the last bits of his rage are exiting his body, and as it's happening, that sort of weird, kind of sparkly, fizzy glow of fey magic is dissipating, and he's kind of looking at himself, going like, "What the fuck?"
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this crab is just looking at you, and it just has its eyes open. It's just snapping its claws at you.
Do we have a cage? So can we go below ship and look for like a cage or a pot we can put it in for the remaining time?
So as you kind of ask everyone that, the manifestation of the ship says, "Oh, actually, that's a really good idea. There's well, I didn't want to show this to you when I first met you because I wasn't sure if we'd be hanging around for a while, but I think your friend is right. We should go below deck because I need to show you something. Something that was really special to the last crew that piloted me, and it was something that they really cared about, and something they said was really important. And I think
we followed the ship ghost thing.
Agreed.
So she takes you below deck. Kyle, as you're kind of like fumbling around in the back, you do find like a small cage that looks like it could feasibly fit an animal that's about the size, of like a crab or a mouse or something.
I throw the crab in immediately.
The manifestation of the ship walks you guys to the deck and leads you all up the ladder and shows you to the helm of the ship where Tat is sitting.
I wave.
The manifestation walks to the front of the room and says, "Here, knock on this piece of wood 3 times."
How hard?
No, don't destroy the wood. It's like a.
I knock very like.
This is the
normally
people
on
thing
the wood.
all over
Yeah,
again.
you
3
you
times.
knock 3 normal times, and you see the door pop open like a secret compartment.
Ooh.
I go in.
You
I open it and I go
open
in.
up the secret compartment, and it's a very small setup, and the only thing in this small little compartment is a teddy bear.
What?
And
This is like the prairie dog thing. Now I'm just confused.
This is it. This is it.
Can Brother Kyle do an
This is-
Arcana check on it?
Yes.
I don't know. I'd have a terrible Arcana modifier. 14?
A 14? Yeah, you have no clue.
Oh.
as a wild magic barbarian, I can detect the location and school of magic of any item within 60 feet. So I'm going to do that, please.
Sick.
You detect.
I'm gonna do that, please.
Give me a sec. I need to look something up. So you detect a very powerful abjuration magic.
Can I do
Coming from this stuffed
Arcana
animal?
check to see if I know what abjuration magic means?
Can I roll an Arcana check?
I mean, you would know. I mean, well, there's no reason why you can't
Hey,
ask
Tat.
fucking Tat.
Tat, my
Wizard.
Yeah, the wizard.
my mild magic powers are telling me this is abjuration magic, but I don't know what that word means.
Abjuration is a very powerful defensive magic. It's nothing like the sort of thing I use. It's all, whimsical and fake, but creates like shields and, stuff to protect you or I. Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I recognize the teddy bear?
Yes. Actually, everyone go ahead and roll. Actually, Meera, roll a history check at disadvantage.
Okay. I don't think I'm good at history. I don't think she went to school. And if Meera did go to school, she definitely wasn't paying attention. All right. An 8.
An 8? Yeah, you're not exactly. You can't make heads or tails. A teddy bear? Why the hell would someone keep a teddy bear in an important hidden compartment?
Is it? Are we not going to ask the ghost,
Can
the
we
ship
ask
ghost?
the ghost? Ship ghost.
Yeah.
What's its name?
Oh,
What's your name?
I just go by the name of the ship. So I guess you can call me the Iron Wolf.
All right, Iron Wolf. What the hell is this?
I mean, full disclosure, I don't know. The guys who
Okay.
piloted me
Yeah.
before just kept on talking about how important it was, and they kept it hidden and kept it safe. I don't know. I mean, they were supposedly going to do something with it, but then we got gunned down by the Elven Empire.
Yeah. Maybe they were trying to return it to the sacred blankie.
Well, my cousins are
So
never.
the Elven Empire. Hold on.
Tat looks a little bit uncomfortable.
Meera has a moment. I saw an elven ship as we were coming into the atmosphere. Is this in any way connected?
Maybe. I mean, this is Elven Empire territory. I mean, Port Quel'Thalas is in this system. I mean, they were trying to make their way from the last couple of interceptors who were sent to destroy the last hobgoblin ships. Well, I guess they succeeded.
Can I ask Hogarth to bring the teddy bear over to where I'm seated at the helm?
Sure.
Cast Identify on it.
Hogarth kind of slowly kind of stomps in, and he kind of reaches out his right hand, and he uses his thumb and middle finger to kind of just pinch the ear and pick it up really delicately and hold it as far away from himself as possible.
As soon as I have it.
I'm assuming nothing happens?
Yeah, nothing happens.
Yeah, so then he just kind of like carries it out in front of him and carries it over up into to Tat.
Okay, so as soon as I have it in my arms, I'm gonna spend like 10 minutes just being real quiet and cast Identify to see if I can make heads or tails of it.
Okay. So you spend 10 minutes. What's everyone else doing during this 10 minutes? Or is everyone just kind of...
It's actually also only...
Oh,
It says 1 minute, but it's a ritual, so I'm casting it as a ritual.
Yeah,
so.
that's fine. Is anyone else doing anything during the minute while she's casting Identify, or is everyone sticking around?
Brother Kyle is trying to like low-key whisper to Meera for more of that brown water.
Oh, dude, I'm out.
Okay, well, we know where.
out.
Move that to the top of the priority list.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that you have taken up a passion of mine, but just wait till we get to town.
I can do that.
There will be more. There will be more where this came from.
Tat, you are ritual casting Identify on this teddy bear, and you detect a very powerful but inactive 9th level invulnerability
Holy fuck.
spell on this thing, but it's inactive.
Okay. Does
Whoa.
it require attunement?
It does not. It seems like a regular magic item.
Cool. Okay. I don't specify exactly what spell is under it. I just, explain that it is some magic that is far beyond kind of the capability of any magic user that we have thus far encountered, including myself. And then I ask to go put it back. I go put it back in the secret compartment.
Yeah, okay. Hogarth goes up to her and like picks it up the same way he did last time and carries it out in front of him and takes it down below deck and just puts it back on the pedestal and closes the door.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it would be wise, guys, if we don't mention the teddy bear to anyone outside of this room. No new friends and no new trusting people either would be wise until we get some more answers about what that teddy bear is.
I'm really working on my social skills, and I think you're inhibiting me.
Brother Kyle, you are a metamorphosizing butterfly that is, socially coming to terms with who you are right in front of our very eyes. And I don't wish to inhibit you, but I do wish us to be a little smart about maybe what we share with others.
The last time you told me not to talk about something and I talked about it, retrospectively, I was right. We should have had that cat killed. So, I'll trust you on this one, but if we're wrong again, I'll keep it in mind.
Then you can take my pinky toe if I'm wrong again, Brother Kyle.
Fair.
Whoa.
Blood pact.
Blood pact!
Blood pact.
And as you guys are discussing your blood pact, you see the sandstorms have slowly started fading down as your ship is flying across the desert. You see the mountain of burning sands in front of you, and that is where we will end our session today.
Woo. Let's kill some pussy.
I don't... That's where we end today. That's a great ending.
My mother is horrible.
Hi, Miss Smith.
Hi.
Sick, guys.
Well-
That was a good sesh, guys. I'm glad no one died, but I'm also a little sad I didn't kill anyone. Being a DM is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
fully ready to roll up some new characters.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like mentally prepared.
I play Meera, Bane's overbearing mother as my second character.
That'd be great.
I have a fantastic re-rolled character that I've been thinking of, and it really goes into Brother Kyle's backstory, but I'll only use it if I die.
Is it not?
The next,
is it not Brother Kyle
the next
too?
campaign, we just yeah.
Brother Kyle Jr. Well, okay, he does have a son out of wedlock. There's a lot to go into there, but
Wait, Brother Kyle has a son?
Brother Kyle not only has a son, he has a daughter as well.
Oh shit.
All I'm saying is that next campaign we just are the like overbearing and like, you know, mildly estranged family members. So Brother Kyle plays Brother Kyle's son or daughter. Tat plays Tat's like shitty older sister who's like way cooler and like, you know, the icon. Mira's overbearing mother. Hogarth is Tavister, I guess.
Oh, that'd be brutal.
Yes.
Damn. It's not a bad idea.
Well, let's talk about it for a bonus episode at some point. But other than that, guys, if anyone has any shit to plug, do it now. You can. I've been Branson Plunk. I've been your dungeon master for today. You can find me on Twitter at Big Smelly Boy. You can find me on Instagram at That Plunk Guy. But more importantly, hey, you can follow our official Instagram and Twitters. Ashleigh.
Now?
Yeah, I made the Twitter mostly for shit posts. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, our @ is dndeepspace. And our Instagram is dndeepspace, not dndeepspace, dndeepspace. But give those a follow. I run the Twitter. Ashleigh runs the Instagram. Please don't harass us.
Please do not be doing that.
And hey, does anyone else have anything to plug?
Yeah, if you want to follow our Instagram, that would be sick. But if you also want to follow my Instagram, Ashleigh.a.smith, you can find me there. Also, depending on when this goes up, I have a single coming out on January 21st. Go listen to it, all my nerds.
That's sick.
All my fellow nerds. Yeah, anyway, okay.
It's D&D themed.
That's
the
all
song.
I got. Yeah. Just kidding, it's not. But it's.
I'm disappointed.
I won't listen to it now.
Yeah, unless your song is D&D themed, I'm not going to listen to it.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
That's a joke. I'll support my friends.
Thanks. That's all I got.
Yeah, my name's Mitch. You can follow me on Twitter at Mitch Woodson or on Pinterest if you can. Everybody remember not to forget.
That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. I almost did.
I'm Nate. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram at McNipply, McNipply. And if you want to find my real persona, it's Nathan_Rivard99.
Last but not least, if you want to get in touch with me, I exclusively am using carrier pigeons for 2021. So go ahead, train a bird. Maybe he'll be your friend.
Happy New Year, new hobbies, new birds.
So yeah, go ahead, train a bird. That's it.
Yeehaw, train a bird. Thanks for listening, guys. We will catch you all on the flippity flop, which is known as next week.
Bye.
Anyway, bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Guys, it's editing Branson again. I'm sorry, I lied. The flippity flop is not next week. Our next episode comes out Thursday, January 28th. Thank you. Bye. For real.